Okay, so page 23, almost at the end of scene 3. Who are you?
I was Macbeth.
Okay.
I'm Banquo.
Perfect. So Macbeth says, aside to Banquo. Now, Ross and Angus have just announced that
He's the Thane of Cawdor now.
he is the Thane of Cawdor now, which is a major
surprise
because Macbeth thought
Cawdor was
good guy.
alive and well and still not a traitor.
And how does this affect the prophecies from the witches?
That's exactly what they said was going to happen.
Okay, so meaning could he actually become king? Okay, go ahead, Macbeth.
125.
129, 8. Do you not hope?
Okay. Do you not hope your children shall be kings when those that gave the Thane of Cawdor to me promise no less to them?
That trusted home might yet enkindle you unto the crown. Besides the Thane of Cawdor, but 'tis strange, and oftentimes to win us to our harm, the instruments of darkness tell truths, win us with honest trifles, to betrays in deepest consequence.
And the dash means the aside is over. Banquo goes and talks to Ross and Angus.
Cousins, a word, I pray you.
And the three of them are over here talking, and now Macbeth speaks directly to the audience.
Two truths are told as happy prologues to the swelling act of the imperial theme. I thank you, gentlemen. The supernatural soliciting cannot be ill, cannot be good. If ill, why hath it given me earnest of success, commencing in a truth? I am Thane of Cawdor. If good, why do I yield to that suggestion? Gum almost choked me. Whose horrid image doth unfix my hair and make my seated heart knock at my ribs against the use of nature? Present fears are less than horrible imaginings. My thought, whose murder yet is but fantastical, shakes so my single state of man that function is smothered in surmise, and nothing is but what is not.
Look how our partner's wrapped.
Excellent scene 4. If chance will have me king, why chance may crown me, without my stir.
New honors come upon him, like our strange garments, cleave not to their mold, but with the aid of use.
Come what come may, time and the hour runs through the roughest day.
Worthy Macbeth, we stay upon your leisure.
Give me your favor, my dull brain was wrought with things forgotten. Kind gentlemen, your pains are registered every day I turn the leaf to read them. Let us toward the king. Think upon what hath chanced, and at more time, the interim, having weighed it, let us speak our free hearts to each other.
Very gladly.
Mm-hmm.
Till
then, enough. Come, friends.
They leave.
Okay.
They
One of the challenging things about Macbeth is he likes to speak in double contradictions. So, for instance, the first lines we hear him speak are, so foul and fair a day I have not seen. Then in this passage, we hear him say several contradictory things. Cannot be ill, cannot be good. If ill, why had they given me earnest of success commencing in a truth? If good, why do I yield to that suggestion whose horrid image doth unfix my hair and make my seated heart knock at my ribs? And then at the end, nothing is but what is not. So, what would it say about the character of Macbeth that Shakespeare chooses this type of speech from him?
He probably is uncertain a lot about a lot of things.
Okay, so it reflects some uncertainty, right? If he was a very sure person with good, strong, intense, he wouldn't speak in such wishy-washy ways. Okay, I know you're going to have some questions about this aside. So what is Macbeth dealing with in his mind right now?
all this shock of the death of that guy and the betrayal and that he's now the Thane.
And also that the witches were right with their predictions.
Okay, what does it mean when he says the supernatural soliciting cannot be good, cannot be ill, cannot be good?
It can't be.
It can't be wrong.
It can't be bad, but there's also something bad's gonna happen.
Okay, so it's like he doesn't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. What had to happen for him to become Thane of Glamis? That's
Something bad.
the
His
one.
father had to die.
His father had to die.
Wait, that was his dad?
The first one, not Cawdor. Glamis. What had to happen for him to become Thane of Cawdor?
Someone had to die.
Cawdor had to be removed from things.
Cawdor committed treason and had to be executed. So what has to happen for him to become king?
For every good thing that happens to him, a bad thing happens to someone
dead
else.
Or that's
The king has to be killed. He has 2 sons, so
They have to be
they would have to die, or he would have to be
some sort of relative by chance.
some sort of thing where he resigns and his sons refuse to take office. But the only way that these good things have happened to him is also through bad things happening to him. So, yeah, there's kind of an underlying message in this whole play about what?
Everything has a price.
Okay, what do we call that? Karma, fate. Everything has a price. With every good, there's a bad. So there's this really strong undercurrent in this play about fate and fortune and how much control does one person have over their own future.
I think we have to watch Brave now.
Did Macbeth do anything to get the Thane of Glamis?
No.
The Thane of Cawdor?
No.
So it could be reasonably inferred that he also needs to do nothing to become king. Okay. Any other questions in there?
Two. It says, how would you describe the both of them when they have their side conversation? Wouldn't it be like more like denial because they're like, there's no way that these crazy.
I said
witches-
kind of sullen because they're like, yeah, all this good stuff is happening, but with a lot of bad stuff.
I thought they were more like scared of
Okay.
what's to come.
So Macbeth is really what? We already said what word describes him.
Shocked. Surprised.
What'd you say?
Nervous?
I said indecisive.
Indecisive, uncertain. He doesn't know how to feel or react. On the contrary, Banquo says, but 'tis strange, and oftentimes to win us to our harm, the instruments of darkness tell us truths. Win us with honest trifles, then betray us.
Banquo is like foreshadowing, like
They are.
Banquo's message seems clear. They should do nothing. They should not be tempted.
he's like content with what's happening.
So
He
they-
doesn't want to fall into this trap, this like seductive power trap. He wants Macbeth to realize the danger that lies within this prophecy. Then, when we turn the page, however, Macbeth says, if chance will have me king, why, chance may crown me without my stir. Meaning, Taba 25.
If I'm king, then so be it.
Yeah, I will do
Great things.
nothing. I will do nothing. If chance will have me king, chance may crown me without my stir. He needs to do nothing. He just will sit back, and if that's where life takes him, great. If not,
Great.
also great.
So are are they heading to Cadiz now?
They're gonna go see the king.
They're headed to see the king.
But the king doesn't live there.
They're actually not. Remember our little map here? They're heading back to camp. That's where they're going. The king is still there.
Yeah.
And what is Macbeth and Banquo's plan?
Probably just go there.
Do nothing.
What's the last aside between Macbeth and Banquo communicate?
They're gonna go on with like what they were given, and then just if something else happens, they're always gonna talk to each other about it.
Okay, think upon what hath chanced, and at more time the interim having weighed, let us speak our hearts freely to each other.
They're gonna see what happens,
and then
report back
to each other. So you're gonna let a little bit of time pass, then come back and talk about it. That's what interim means, the in-between, like an interim head coach between two things. Okay, here we are starting in almost the same spot we began.
Why is everything so foggy and dark in this movie?
Because
Well, it's a play. It's set on stage.
Oh.
There's not very many props, hardly any.
Do you not hope your children shall be kings? When those that gave the Thane of Cawdor to me promised no less to them.
That trust at home might yet enkindle you unto the crown, besides the Thane of Cawdor. But 'tis strange. Oftentimes, to win us to our harm, the instruments of darkness tell us truths. Win us with honest trifles to betray us in deepest consequence. Cousins, a word, I pray.
Two truths are told as happy prologues to the swelling act of the imperial theme. Thank you, gentlemen. This supernatural solicity cannot be ill, cannot be good. If ill, why has it given me earnest of success, commencing in the truth? I am Thane of Cawdor. If good, why do I yield to that suggestion whose horrid image doth unfix my hair, and make my seated heart knock at my ribs against the use of nature? Present fears are less than horrible imaginings. My thought, whose murder yet is but fantastical, shakes so my single state of man that function is smothered in surmise. And nothing is but what is not.
Look, our partner's rapt.
If chance will have me king, why chance may crown me. Without my stir,
New honours come upon him like our strange garments, cleave not to their mould, but with the aid of use.
come what, come may. Time and the hour runs through the roughest today.
Whether Macbeth, we stay upon your leisure.
Give me your favour, my dull brain was wrought with things forgotten. Kind gentlemen, your pains are registered where every day I turn the leaf to read them. Let's talk the king. Think upon what hath chanced. At more time, the interim having weighed, let us speak our free hearts each to other.
Very gladly.
Till then, enough. Come, friend. Is execution done on...
Okay. Look at the other document for Act 1.
Alright.
The page, the line numbers on this quotes worksheet should match up to your book. I know some of the study guide ones don't, but this one should. So what you're gonna do, most of these you're gonna see are quotes that we have actually talked about. So as we read, you need to answer the question. So It has the quote in the middle box, and then the question is in the box on the right side of the screen, right? So what's the quote from the first box, Alexis?
Fair is foul and foul is fair, and then so foul and fair a day I have not seen.
Okay. And what's the question?
What theme is revealed by foul and fair? What might this foreshadow?
Okay. There are several themes in this story. You're going to see many of them, questions about many of them on this quotes worksheet. So what might be a possible theme revolving around this fair and foul word choice?
That with every good thing comes, well, in order to have a good thing, a bad thing has to happen.
Okay, this issue of good and bad. Instead of saying good and bad, we could also say
Foul and fair?
what else?
Evil and good?
Good and evil,
Light, dark,
darkness and light.
yin and yang,
There are
Chinese philosophy.
many symbols and words represent that darkness versus light, good and evil issue. Okay, so the quotes worksheet is kind of an on your own check for understanding, okay?
What was his father's land?
I know we haven't talked about it, so Glamis.